Are big muscles good for fighting? And could a high body fat percentage be a positive thing for a fight? In this video, we're going to take a look. Also, if you're wondering how to kick someone in the head, you need to have some good flexibility. And that means that you need to have my 12-week flexibility program. Follow along with the structured daily routine, and after 12 weeks, your kicks will be unrecognizable in a good way. So go ahead to the first link in the description and grab my flexibility program. I've tried to make it at a cheap price so as many of you can get it as possible. Right, first of all, the age-old question, do big muscles equal fighting ability? Not really, unless you're 260 though. No, but all jokes aside, having big muscles does not mean you can automatically fight. It's a weird one because if you see someone down the street who's really jacked, you're probably not going to mess with him because in your head you subconsciously assume that he can fight because he's got muscles. In actual fact, it's probably the opposite. Having lots of muscle mass actually means you gas easily. It also means you won't be as fast as someone who's maybe smaller than you, and therefore maybe not as powerful either. So if you do find yourself for some reason fighting a mesomorph, which is someone that looks like this, then run around them in a circle for about 30 seconds and they will be gassed, and then you can go in for the ground and pound. I'm only joking. I have massive respect for people that build up their bodies to look like that because it shows a great deal of dedication. In terms of fighting ability, that does not equal fighting ability. On the other hand, what if you are someone who is very slim, very slender, maybe quite tall as well? So you'd be classed as an ectomorph, which looks like that, generally. Now you'll find in Taekwondo, especially WTF Taekwondo, the sporty version, the vast majority of these athletes are very tall and very slim and very extremely flexible, but not the point. They are tall and slim, and there is obviously a reason for this. That obviously helps them be the best at their craft, otherwise they would not look like that. And I guess this helps them with their speed. You know, there's not much weight to carry around, so they can move it faster, they can move their legs faster. And maybe it means they're a slimmer target, so it's harder for the opponent to hit them. I don't know if that's what they're going for, but possibly. And they're also very tall, which I'm guessing is so that they can, I guess it's easier for them to reach their opponent's head height. I guess longer legs for a kicking related sport is going to be quite favourable. So in martial arts like Taekwondo, being tall, slim ectomorphs would be a favourable option. Then you've got the short but fairly solid framed Muay Thai fighters. Now these look quite different to Taekwondo athletes, for example, but they're all very compact, very well conditioned, and being so compact means that they are able to pack quite a punch with their kicks and punches. These athletes are usually very powerful. This is what a typical Muay Thai build might look like. Obviously they don't all look like that, but I would say that's a fairly general shape for an advanced Muay Thai fighter. Now again, this build is perfect for generating power. And as you can see, they don't have the biggest muscles in the world because, as I said earlier, big muscles are not optimal for power generation. I would say this build is probably one of the best builds for martial arts specifically. Obviously, it all depends on how you use your body, not what it looks like. Because there are definitely some people in professional MMA or fighting sports that go against the typical desired build. Tyson Fury, for example, if you looked at him without a top on, some people might not even think that he does any sports, but obviously he's the world champion, so you can't knock him. So the moral of this video basically is whatever body type you are, just use it to your advantage. There is no perfect body type. There might be some that are favourable, such as the Muay Thai build, but anyone can get that really, just by, you know, working out, doing some conditioning. So it's not like it's unachievable for anyone. Obviously for some, it may be better to be a little bit taller because you have a reach advantage over your opponents and longer limbs, so you don't have to stay within range. You can hit them without going too close. But then again, there are shorter fighters like Mike Tyson, for example, was shorter than most of, if not all of his opponents, but he was so good at working his way in and he was so fast that he just made it work for himself. So you should never feel like you don't have the right body type for martial arts because there is no correct, perfect answer. Then you have the people on the other end of the spectrum, the people with a very high body fat percentage, or the endomorphs as they are also known as. This is an endomorph. Now there is only really one martial art that I can think of where this build is beneficial, and that's sumo wrestling. You can see that obviously they all have a very high body fat percentage, but they're not just fat. They've obviously got massive amounts of muscle under all that. So they're not just, you know, big out of shape people that have decided to get into martial arts. They're obviously still very well trained and very well conditioned. If you are also in this field of the body type, that doesn't mean you have to go into sumo wrestling. Don't feel like you're stuck in this category because there is always time to change it round. If you get your diet sorted and you get into a nice routine of exercise and training, then your unwanted fat will start to drop off and you can get in the shape of your life. Massive respect for anyone who turns their life around like that. Now, which one would be best for a fight? I would say that it all depends on the circumstances of said fight. If you're looking to compete, then look at the qualities that would make you a competent fighter in that field. For example, for sport karate, you need to be lightning fast. So it's probably best that you limit the amount of fat or muscle that you build on your frame, so you can maintain a streamlined and fast build, because you need to be in and out faster than they can blink. So having as little excess weight as possible is good for that. But then this build would not work in sumo wrestling. So it all depends on what you're trying to go into. Me personally, I would say I probably fall into the ectomorph category. I'm trying to build a bit of muscle, trying to get, you know, some muscle on my arms and shoulders, but I'm still maybe a little bit slim for my liking personally. Don't know why I told you that. But anyway, I know this was a bit of a shorter video. Maybe it was short, I don't know. I'll see when I edit it, but it felt like a short video. I hope you did enjoy it though, and I hope you can maybe take something from it. Please let me know in the comments what you did think of it, and please subscribe also, because that helps me out a lot, and we really want to get to 1 million now. Drop this video a like as well, that also helps a lot. And again, first link in the description for you to go get my flexibility program. I've had hundreds of people messaging me now saying how much it's helped their flexibility, and you could be next. So go ahead and grab that. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.